When I was younger, I justified all sorts of stuff because of the ultimate excuse. Older me sees it differently, but I sometimes find it hard to shake a certain guilt for having missed the mark when I was younger. So now I think I tend to overcompensate. My question is, how does one know? Or is even this knowing something to be given up? It scares me sometimes, even at 60 years. Yeah, I think everybody that's into this subject, whether it be the Christian teaching of it, whether it be New Age or Buddhist or any oneness teaching and wholeness teaching, and it is in Christianity and Islam and Hinduism and in Sufism, I think everybody goes through a phase of giving everything to the ultimate. I think it's a reconditioning phase, and sometimes in that, all of us, including myself, sometimes overlook our human natural compassion for an idea of the ultimate, including myself. I've done that too, where I've overlooked people's behaviour or my own behaviour, in the sense that in the idea that it's all the divine, even if you are abusing somebody. So I think that you, like on the human level, you can just have compassion for yourself, because it's an amazing thing to embark on this subject. And of course you're going to sometimes go up dead ends, and it's those dead ends which then help you grow even further. On the human level, that's that famous quote, don't judge someone by how many times they fall over, judge someone by how many times they get back up. Because it's like these things help you grow, and they help you change, and seeing your shortcomings is a really beautiful thing, seeing where you've made mistakes and how you learn and how you grew from it. And all of us have done things that we aren't to be proud of. No one is free of that. We always like to point the finger, but I know I've done things that I'm not proud of. I was thinking the other day, you know, there's all this stuff on the internet at the moment, which is maybe a little extreme, that's happening in America, where all these women are coming out with like times that they've been sexually harassed at work. I'm not saying it's extreme, like when someone's been like that, but I mean extreme as in how much media attention it's getting, and like how dramatic. No, I don't mean to put it down, because I think it's really beautiful that this is getting exposed. Maybe you know what I mean by saying extreme. I didn't mean to put it down though. Anyway, I was watching something the other day, and I just felt this sensation like as a woman, I'm sorry for all those times that I've not stood up for other women. And I think all of us can vouch for that, you know. Yeah. So many times that I've not spoken out, or I've not said something or done something, not necessarily about not about sexual harassment, but just like a joke, or seeing the way someone speaks about a woman, their woman or partner behind their back. Yeah. And then I also felt this there was that feeling as well. So all of us have done things that we're not so proud of. So don't let that thought take you down. Thank you. You brought tears to my eyes. I feel touched, and yes, the Me Too thing is part of the question too. Oh, is that what it is in America? I don't watch the news, but sometimes people send me clips. It's called Me Too. Yeah, I think a lot it's been really great because some of the clips that I've seen, it's made me think about things as well. Like so many times when I haven't thought about certain behaviors, or I think it'll change a lot of things. I think it's maybe, when I was saying extreme, it's going like it's hitting really far one way and then it will come back to a middle place. So in the knowing part, yeah, I want to say about the sorry, and then also, you know, the way that I was also feeling sorry at the same time. I was feeling sorry for the women, but I was also feeling sorry at the same time for men in our society and the way that they're brought up and they're conditioned, and the way that I've interacted with men, with boyfriends. I was feeling all those sorts of feelings. I think it's beautiful that we have the ability to have these complex feelings. And the important part is holding that and like having a genuine apology, and then the ability to stand up again, the ability to move forward, admitting that you were wrong, admitting that there was a problem, and then you move forward with compassion and love. You don't let that take you down. It's always about getting back up again. And then you said about the knowing something to be given up. And then the ultimate freedom beyond the human level is this knowing, this innocence knowing. And that's got nothing to do with you being good or bad. It forgives everything. It's absolute love. It reminds me of that story of the Buddha about, I've told it so many times, and I never can get the character's name right. So the Buddha was, I won't even say the character's name, I'll just call him Jim. Let's say Jim. So let's not give him a Buddhist name. So the Buddhist was walking through a forest. Before he walked through the forest, all the villagers said, don't walk through that forest, Jim lives there. And Jim is very evil, and he kills people and cuts off their little finger and wears it in a necklace around the neck. And the Buddha just shrugs and carries on walking. And Jim sees the Buddha and he's like, yes, he's got 99 fingers and he wants 100 around his necklace. And so he runs after the Buddha to try and kill him. And as he runs to the Buddha stays the same distance in front of him. And he runs for hours and hours and hours, but he can never catch up with the Buddha. The Buddha is always in front of him. And eventually he screams in desperation, stop, you're walking too fast. And the Buddha turns around and says, it's you that's moving too fast. I'm perfectly still. And this is a beautiful, I think, metaphor of Jim is the mind and the Buddha is that still presence of who you are. And it's like, so in your character you've done good things or bad things, things you're ashamed of or proud of, and you oscillate between that. And behind that, behind all that movement, is this freedom, is this love, this absolute emptiness and mystery. It knows, but knows nothing. And this is where the ultimate freedom comes from, or is right there. You won't find it in being guilty or innocent. Exciting! Now when I say that, I don't know what I'm excited about. I could come up with some sort of reason, but I just feel good. Like I might say, oh, it's exciting, this new software, but I'm just excited. I think that's cool. I can put all types of things in there.